Greetings, ACT Specialist. Commander King here with another review problem. So let's see. Well, there are 4.566 moles of Cl2 gas, for example, possibly in a balloon like this. And what I want to know is, what can you tell me about the gas, assuming conditions are STP? So this is just asking for, well, what other quantities can I tell you if I know there are 4.566 moles of this gas? Well, we have this nice sheet here, and we can see that we can go from moles to the mass, or the moles to the volume, and the moles to the atom. So there are many places we can go, and we just want to make sure we're able to do those things. Alright, so starting off, I've got 4.566 moles of Cl2. And one place that I do want to go is to the volume. Now, it's important that I note that this is at STP. Again, STP stands for standard temperature and pressure, and that means I need a temperature of 0 degrees Celsius and a pressure of 1 atm. Okay, so these are important conditions, and you want to know that this assumption, this 22.4 liters of space for 1 mole, usually is the best estimate if these conditions are present. So given that those conditions are present, we can use this conversion, 22.4 liters per 1 mole. Alright, so I'm ready to convert. I know I got moles of Cl2. I want to cancel those, so I'm going to put moles of Cl2 in the bottom. And I know I want to get to liters, so I'm going to put the liters on top, liters of Cl2. Now that my units are in place, I know this cancels. And now I'm ready to just plug my numbers in. Well, I know in 1 mole there are 22.4 liters. So in other words, in 1 mole of Cl2, there will be 22.4 liters. And I can do that. Alright, now I'm going to use my special ACT calculator to calculate this. It's super powerful. Yeah. Okay, times 22.4, and that gives me about 102.2784 liters of Cl2. But wait, I realize I've got 4 sig figs here, 3 sig figs here, so I can only keep 3 sig figs myself. Round that to 102 liters of Cl2. Alright, great. Now, alright, so I've gone to liters. Next thing I can go to is, let's go to mass. Let's go to, let's go to molecules. So I know I've got 4.566 still moles of Cl2. And I want to know, hey, how many molecules of Cl2 I have? Well, according to this, I know that 1 mole has 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. That's a definition of a mole, just 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd something. So I know I want to cancel my moles of Cl2 here, and I know I'm going to molecules, so I'm going to put molecules on top. And I just said the conversion. I know that in 1 mole of Cl2, there are 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules of Cl2. And so I can convert. I can take my 4.566 times 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. Okay, and that gives me 2.74, and I've only got 3 sig figs. 48, so 2.75 times 10 to the 24th power. This is molecules of Cl2. Now, okay, I could stop there, and that's fine. I know I have that many molecules of Cl2, but I could do one extra conversion as well, and I can actually tell you how many atoms are in here. Now, each molecule of Cl2 looks like this. There's a Cl, and there's another Cl, Cl2. So if I have 1 molecule of Cl2, I have 2 atoms of Cl2. And so I can do that conversion as well. I can say, well, I want to cancel my molecules, and right now I only have 1 molecule. In one molecule of Cl2, there are 2 atoms of Cl. And so what I find is that I just have to double this, and that'll give me 5.50 times 10 to the 24th atoms of Cl. Okay, and there we go. Alright, so now I figured out that this is how many atoms, this is how many molecules, this is how many liters. I have one more quantity I can convert to, which is the mass. So I can take my 4.566 moles of Cl2. Again, I'm trying to get rid of the moles, so I'm going to put my moles of Cl2 on the bottom. And this time I'm trying to convert to mass. So in other words, the grams of Cl2. And I'm thinking, do I know the conversion between the grams of Cl2 and the moles of Cl2? Well, I do. I have this handy dandy periodic table, and I see it in Cl. It's 35.45 grams per mole. So I might be tempted to write 35.45, but then I think, oh, wait a second, I have 2 Cl, so I need to multiply by 2. So 35.45 times 2 gives me 70.90 grams of Cl2. Okay, and that's all I want. I want to go to grams, so I take 4.566 times 70.9, and I get 323, or actually I got 4 sig figs this time, because I have 4 here, 4 here, so I actually keep 323.7 grams of Cl2. Okay, and so just by knowing that there are 4.566 moles of Cl2 gas, I can figure out all of these things about that Cl2, and sometimes I'll actually need to do that. Alright, until next time, King out.